Let's just be honest. I'm being honest. The least she could have done was take part in that. And she has ruined NBA All-Star Weekend for me. I'm not watching 1 minute because of Kate.
And, well, my opinion is Rob Parker is an idiot.
Rob Parker just had a full meltdown because Caitlin Clark passed on the NBA three-point contest. You'd think she personally ruined his life the way he's acting. Maybe she just wasn't interested in babysitting Steph Curry, or, hear me out, she didn't feel like giving Rob's awful takes any credibility. Either way, someone check on him. He's losing it again. Let's break down this nonsense.
All these things, all these freaking gimmicks that the NBA has turned into. And she had the gall, the audacity to say no. How can she say no when the WNBA wouldn't even be around if it wasn't for the NBA?
Rob Parker, who's built a career on wild takes, is having a full-blown meltdown over Caitlin Clark, this time with extra salt. Why? Because she just turned down an invite to rescue the NBA's All-Star Weekend, and now the league is in full panic mode. See, NBA ratings have been slipping, and they're desperate for a spark. They looked around, saw Caitlin Clark breaking records, selling out arenas, and making women's basketball must-watch TV, and thought, wait a minute, what if she saves our event? So they invited her to compete in the NBA's three-point contest alongside Steph Curry. And Caitlin? She hit them with a polite but firm no thanks.
There's one person and one person only who has ruined NBA All-Star Weekend.
Who that?
And that's Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark.
We're starting early.
Has ruined NBA All-Star Weekend.
Okay.
They invited her to be involved in a shooting contest with Steph, right? And they were going to make this nice thing go and give people something to watch. She is television ratings gold, right? Everything she's in, the people are watching. That would have been the only reason to watch any of the festivities this weekend.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. Yeah, she is television ratings gold. But whose fault is that? That is the NBA's fault, not Caitlin Clark. You know what Caitlin Clark decided? I don't need to do this.
To be fair, the NBA's reaction was downright hilarious. This is the same league that spent years ignoring women's basketball, treating it like a sideshow. Now they're on one knee like a desperate ex, begging Caitlin Clark to save their big event. Come on, Caitlin, please, just one appearance. We need you. But Caitlin, like a true queen, said no thanks. And now the NBA is scrambling, trying to figure out what to do next.
Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark has ruined the 2025 NBA All-Star Game weekend. Fox Sports Radio analyst Rob Parker said this on Thursday. Caitlin Clark, the WNBA star, declined the league's offer to compete in a three-point shootout contest along Golden State Steph Curry guard, which Parker believes was a missed opportunity to draw in viewers for this weekend festivities. Bro, I feel like Caitlin did the right thing, bro. The NBA been getting all the damn views. Let the W. How about Steph Curry bring his threes to the W, bro? How about that? How about that? Can we all agree on that? You know, since Caitlin Clark was so wrong, everybody gonna say, you know what, Steph? How about you bring your little three-pointers to the W, dog? Damn.
Rob Parker, who acts like every time a woman says no, it's a personal attack on his fragile sports world, went on a full-blown rant about how Caitlin Clark is making a mistake, that she should want to compete with the best. Now, let's pause and really think about that for a second. Competing with the best? Caitlin Clark has already proven she's one of the best shooters on the planet. But Rob, and people like him, always find a way to move the goalposts when it comes to women's success.
Parker, stop it! Get off your soapbox! Get off your high horse! Get off your self-righteous high horse! Hasn't Caitlin Clark done enough? I mean, my goodness! The girl is carrying a whole league on her back. And if anybody wants to dispute that, look at the numbers. Her games double the rest of the league's games as far as viewers attendance. She has the highest rated games on every network the league is.
The NBA All-Star Game has been an unwatchable layup line for years. No effort, no stakes, and fans tuning out. The three-point contest? Still fun, but it needed a spark. That's where Caitlin Clark came in. She's a walking highlight reel, and the NBA wanted her star power to rub off on them. Now, don't get it twisted. Steph Curry versus Caitlin Clark would have been must-see TV, the kind of showdown that breaks the internet. But let's be real. The NBA never cared about Caitlin until they realized she was their last hope. And she saw right through it.
The matter is, the kind of stuff that's happening and has been happening over the last few months is because of Caitlin.
Meanwhile, Rob Parker is acting like Caitlin Clark just turned down a ticket to basketball heaven. Like rejecting the NBA is some kind of crime against sports. But here's the thing. Caitlin Clark is already a bigger ratings draw than half the NBA. Her college games are outpacing NBA games in viewership. The league needed her more than she needed them. And that's what's really bothering Rob Parker. The reality is, Caitlin Clark doesn't need the NBA's All-Star Weekend to prove anything. She's already selling out arenas, dominating college basketball, and gearing up to take the WNBA by storm. The NBA wanted her as a quick ratings fix, and she wasn't interested. That's called power. And that's exactly why people like Rob Parker can't handle it.so now. The NBA is still scrambling, Rob Parker is still ranting, and Caitlin Clark? She's unbothered, focused, and still the biggest name in basketball. And that really stings for the ones who never saw it coming.
Personally say hands down, Caitlin Clark is the best player to come through the WNBA.
Let's get one thing straight. Caitlin Clark didn't ruin NBA All-Star Weekend. The NBA did that all by itself. Now, instead of taking accountability, they're trying to scapegoat her for making a smart decision. Give me a break. Clark had the chance to compete in the WNBA's three-point contest, potentially alongside Steph Curry, in front of her own Indiana crowd, and she took it. That's exactly what you do when you're trying to grow women's basketball. But of course, instead of acknowledging that certain talking heads, cough Rob Parker cough, are out here acting like she just stole their lunch money. Rob Parker, a man who somehow manages to be wrong about everything, is now claiming Caitlin Clark ruined All-Star Weekend. No, Rob. Low ratings, unwatchable games, and zero defense ruined it. Maybe if the NBA put as much effort into fixing the actual game as they do into whining about Caitlin Clark, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Instead, they wanted to turn her into a novelty act, like some kind of circus attraction. Like her presence alone would magically save a weekend that's been in decline for years. And when she said no thanks, the crocodile tears started flowing.
Things that could come out of this. One, it clearly shows her dedication and focus to being a better basketball player for next season, for the Indiana Fever next season. We had Coach Keith Porter on the show. We talked about their training schedule. He basically said that they are in the gym every single day. And from what we've been seeing online with her workout clips, with what the Indiana Fever is posting, it looks like she is very much in the gym every single day. Even when she's going to watch a football game with Taylor Swift, she's getting a workout in that morning before she leaves.